The forest seemed to change, the trees closing in on us, the shadows deepening, until we found ourselves standing at the edge of a small clearing, unable to move any further. The air felt thick, as if the very atmosphere itself was alive, waiting for something to happen. And then, standing there in the clearing, almost as if it had always been there, was the thing. I couldn't make out its true form in the darkness, but I could feel it. Its presence was suffocating, like a heavy weight pressing down on my chest, forcing me to my knees. Sarah stood next to me, trembling, her eyes wide with fear, but I couldn't look away. It was like the thing had control over everything, over us, over the entire forest. And then it spoke. "Choose," the voice said, low and distorted. It wasn't a voice that belonged to anything human. It was cold, like the sound of 1,000 whispers all layered together, yet there was a strange gleam of amusement behind it. "I've been hunting you, my precious prey, and now I offer you a rare opportunity, an opportunity to live or die, a game, if you will." The thing's form flickered in and out of the shadows, its movements unnatural, its limbs contorting as if they were made of shadows themselves. I could hear its breath, a rasping sound like dry leaves in the wind, but it was more like a chuckle, like it found this whole situation amusing. "Choose," it repeated, its voice almost playful now. "One of you must die so the other may live. A sacrifice. The game is simple. Sacrifice one, and the other walks free. Fail to choose, and you both die. It's such a rare opportunity for me, you see. Such a delight to offer you this choice." The words felt like they were sinking into my skin, burning into me. The choice was clear, but that didn't make it any easier. We stood there in stunned silence, unable to comprehend the decision being forced upon us. I couldn't believe this was happening, not after everything we had been through. I glanced at Sarah, and for the first time, I saw her as more than just the girl who had used me to get closer to Ben. I saw her as a person, scared and fragile, standing at the edge of a nightmare. I didn't want her to die. Despite everything, I didn't want her to end like the others. I couldn't let her die. "Please," she whispered, barely audible, but I could read the desperation in her eyes. "I'll do it," I said, my voice barely a whisper. "I'll sacrifice myself.